Hi there. My discourse today is on the spiritual attribute of justice/dispassion. So there's two aspects to this one of which you have to work with along your path, and the other is one that you can actually acquire, work towards mastering. I'll start with justice. Now, I'm not talking about justice as in our criminal justice system. That is a pale reflection of cosmic justice. And it's cosmic justice that the spiritual attribute is linked to. It carries the energy of cosmic justice. And cosmic justice is the framework, energy framework, that ensures that cosmic law works without causing chaos. So if something goes out of balance or out of kilter in one part of the universe or one part of the cosmic, because we're looking at not just physical here, but every level of existence, so physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and who knows if there's any others. So the word cosmic encompasses it all. So if something goes out of kilter in some area of the cosmic, then cosmic justice automatically comes into play to balance that in some way. It's no coincidence that we see justice represented by a set of scales in balance, because that's basically what justice does and what cosmic justice does. It maintains the balance of the universe, ensuring that all the cosmic laws are obeyed, so to speak. Can't think of a better word. And if they're disobeyed, disrupted, or they're functioning in some way interfered with, there is an immediate repercussion, so cause and effect. And the law of karma works according to cause and effect. Now, in the cosmic, something might go out of kilter, and when I've said there's an immediate some action to bring it back into balance again, our immediate is like boom, done. On the cosmic scale of things, it could take a very, very long time. But to the cosmic, that's immediate. Okay. We could spend a lot of time talking about this, but that's not serving our purpose for understanding or getting a grasp on this particular attribute. Certainly, it's good to know there is such thing as cosmic law and that we operate according to it whether we like it or not. So it's a good idea to align yourself with it, because it makes for a more harmonious life and lives. You still have to have your lessons under karma. So, you think, why is this happening to me? Oh my goodness gracious me, this is so unjust. But maybe it's not unjust at the cosmic level. Maybe you did do something in another life and now you do have to experience this in order to learn. Karma is not punishment, although it seems like it at times, but it can also be reward as well. It's just basically if we've done something that's harmed the correct functioning of something, harmed another, then that's a cause, and it does have an effect. And whatever you've done in a past life may have had a negative effect. We'll use the word negative. As I've said before, I'm finding language extremely limiting to try to express these to you, but it's the best I've got, I'm afraid. So then there's been a negative effect, and so karmically you have to balance that or be part of the balancing. So there's two ways to look at that. You have to balance it or be part of the balancing. So they even say that there's such a thing as country karma. So that's where a whole nation is carrying karma from however long that nation has been in existence. And that can be positive and negative depending upon the actions of that nature, of that nation, I should say. This is something the guides just threw it in. So it's not something I actually would have brought in myself. Might be worth having a bit of contemplation on that or meditation on it if you feel drawn to, because it may help explain some of the things that are going on geopolitically in our world, if that's something that you are interested in. Some spiritual people shut themselves off from all of the warfare and all of those horrible things going on in the world. And that may be because their soul wants them to do that. And if that's the case, then that is the right thing for them to do. Other people feel that they need to be very aware. And so they are very much interested in what is going on and wanting to understand it. Now, that's because whatever they have to learn in life, whatever good they are meant to do in life, means they need to be aware of this and to understand it. So everybody's different. You must not just say that it's everybody should switch off from finding out what's going on in the world at large, or you must not say everybody should switch on to what is going on in the world at large. And that's respecting cosmic law when you take that balanced approach. Respecting that law that governs a person's life cycles or lifetimes and the growth of their soul on that journey, because that very much comes under cosmic law. So what is right for one person's growth and development is not right for another's. So being tolerant, accepting of certain things, accepting of differences particularly, being tolerant of differences, not forcing your way on another, all of that aligns with cosmic law. And just having said those three things, you can see how in humanity at large there's a very great deal going on that is in opposition to cosmic law. But your focus is you, because really the only place you can for sure make a difference for good is within yourself or with yourself, okay? So when it comes to justice as a spiritual attribute, you want to align with it because you're aligning with cosmic justice. Currently, the criminal justice system attempts to line up with it, and a lot of the time it does a great job, but not always. But that's because it's a human system and no human is perfect, but we need to respect it. But we still bring in our principles of harmlessness, tolerance, all of those sorts of things, because the justice system in one country may be different to the justice system within another. And you must deal with the one in the country in which you are living. And so that too is something that a lot more could be said on, but this is not the place for it. But what is being said here is sowing some seeds for you to take into contemplation, meditation, if they stand out to you as being something that you need to explore further. So by following right action, you are aligning yourself to cosmic law and allowing cosmic justice to flow through you. And remember, you can bring justice, cosmic justice, into a situation if you feel it's needed. But if you decide to do that, please remember that it will come down on you just as heavily as anybody else. So you have to be prepared for that. Something to think about. Now let's look at dispassion. You may think, well, what's dispassion? It's lack of passion to a certain extent. Passion, we often associate passion with romance. That's one aspect of it. But you can be passionate about your hobby, passionate about some cause. It's heightened emotion, intense emotion, and quite often emotion that's strong enough to drive you to action of some kind. Okay? And sometimes that action that you're driven to can end up harming you or others in some way, shape or form. So there are times when being passionate is not necessarily good. It's okay in general, of course. We want to have passion in our life. There are times when we need it. A bit like with our ego. If we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't do anything. If we didn't get passionate about certain things, we wouldn't bother. And we would be apathetic. Now, dispassion is not being apathetic, okay? Dispassion is not wiping out passion. No, dispassion lives in perfect balance with passion. So we've got that balance of justice and cosmic justice, haven't we? So passion is that heightened emotion and that energy and that, Dispassion is that ability to just calm the emotions momentarily, and maybe for an extended period, but not subduing them, just not suppressing, because if you suppress emotion, it will erupt somewhere, probably at the worst possible time. Okay, no, it's not suppressing. That's the difference. Okay, so it's something that takes a while to learn sometimes, depending on how much of it you've gained in other lives. So it's being able to just stop all of that emotional energy so that you're in this neutral place, which then allows your mind to function more clearly. Because often when we're in a heightened state of emotion, in a passionate state, it clouds our thinking. We're not able to think as clearly as we need to. So dispassion can just bring that down, not suppressed. It's not suppressed. It's like, think of a line. There's a baseline here. Okay? Suppressing emotion is bringing it below that baseline and standing on it and stomping on it and trying to keep it there. Okay? No. Dispassion is bringing it from here down to here and just keeping it here for as long as necessary. Just for as long as necessary to achieve something. So it's very useful if you are in a state of grief but need to function. Sometimes that's when people will automatically do it without even thinking about it. It's their soul's way of sort of helping them through. So it's an unconscious going into a state of dispassion, whereas we're looking at mastering it and being able to do it at will. And that is when someone's in that state, whether it's a time of grief or some other time of stress or turmoil, a lot of people look at that and think, oh, they don't care. That's very severe. And that's one of the reasons why dispassion is with justice, because when justice is done, there's nearly always someone finding it extremely severe. As if they're being punished, then justice is severe. So there is a certain severity to justice when it needs to. Dispassion can be seen as being very severe. And sometimes when justice needs to be done, and it needs to be severe, a person having to deliver that justice or be part of the delivery for their own sake needs to be able to be in a state of dispassion for a certain time so that their emotions don't get in the way. So it is something very well worth thinking about, contemplating, meditating on, working towards developing. Certainly if you're someone with anger issues, very good idea to start thinking about what is this dispassion and how can I acquire it? Okay, there's not enough time in these videos to go into all of the things that you might be able to do to acquire it. But if you're sincere with any of these spiritual attributes, if you sincerely want to attain them, once you make that clear within your own heart and mind, to your own soul and to your guides, the information that you need, the tools that you need to be the experiences in your life will come to you so that you can actually do the work that you need to do to attain these. Because it does take work. If it comes easy, it's because you've done the work in another life. And that's why when you eventually see all of these, you'll find some of them are really hard and some of them are really easy. And that's because the easy ones, you've done most of the work. You've just got to maintain it. The ones that are really hard, well, they're the ones that you're tackling in this life. But if you work consciously and willingly with it, according to cosmic law, you'll get all the help you need, because that is part of cosmic law as well. If you are conscious and willing to achieve something that is achievable within the scope of your current lifetime, cosmic law will help you. So I'll leave you with this for now. And until next time, thank you for listening to me.